your player pre-farms. I have no Mora, no ores, no level books, and no local specialties or talent materials. I just have quest clear. So, because there's 2 characters dropping in 4.6 that we definitely know about, I will be pre-farming for them, and I want to do it as if I hadn't seen any of the leaks. So I've prepared a little slideshow. We'll put out the intro today, and then we'll be doing a little bit of farming on stream, and I'll make a progress video every week. How to pre-farm for characters you know nothing about, featuring Ifa and Escoffier. We are doing Summer Journal Club theorycrafting today. So, why pre-farm? I spent 2 weeks of resin getting 2 teams ready for the Abyss. Getting them more in talent books alone is mathematically impossible without resin refreshing. I refuse to resin refresh. So, I will be pulling the newly announced characters. The time to start pre-farming is now. For Ifa, we need 1 Vayuda Turkish Sliver because we know he's Animo, 1 Vayuda Turkish Chunk, 6 Vayuda Turkish Chunks, and 6 Vayuda Turkish Gems. We know he's Animo. We don't know his weapon officially. We don't know his local specialty, but we know it'll probably be in Natlan. We don't know his enemy drops. They'll probably be in Natlan. We don't know his boss drop. Probably Natlan. We don't know his weekly boss. Maybe Natlan. And this is Ifa. And we really want to farm for him because he's another Animo character and he's really funny. And for me personally, I used to be in a med school when I was studying epidemiology, and there were these dude bro medical students, and they were so fun. They were so incredibly fun. I want him on my account. Then we have Escoffier. For Escoffier, we need 1 Shibata Jade Sliver, 9 Shibata Jade Fragments, 9 Shibata Jade Chunks, and 6 Shibata Jade Gemstones, because we know she is Cryo. We don't know her weapon, we don't know her local specialty, but we know she's a chef who used to work in Fontaine, so it's likely that she needs Fontaine things. So enemy drops Fontaine, boss drops Fontaine, weekly bosses maybe not long because it's the last weekly boss that was revealed, but again, we don't know. I do have a couple of feathers from the last weekly boss for Varessa. I would rather use them on Varessa, but I don't know if any of Escoffier and Ifa need them. And this is Escoffier. She's amazing. I used to have a dress like that. I really, really like her design. I love Cryo, so she's a must pull for me. How do we get the stones? Now, I did some math. I really like maths, so don't do this at home if you don't want to. It's a fair amount of effort, but it was fun. So we can do weekly bosses. There are a couple of possible weekly bosses that drop the stones that we need. There's Scaramouche, Everlasting Lord of Arcane Wisdom. Stormterror Dwalin. I haven't fought Dwalin in like a year, so very happy to try it. Andreas, I did that yesterday. You can actually fight him with Varessa, it's very fun. Child, who I also haven't fought since the quest. And La Senora, which I also fought with Varessa yesterday, very fun. So I'll be doing that 3 times. Then we have the resin situation. So I calculated how much resin we'll get and how much resin we need. The resin availability is with 3 times teapot resin. We get 180. 21-day banner, which is the duration during which we're doing the farming, is 4,200 resin. The overflowing favor event that they announced during the last live stream, where we get extra artifact drops, is going to cost us 420 resin. 9 times the weekly bosses is going to cost us 270 resin. I don't want to skip weekly bosses to pre-farm XP books. That sounds really stupid. The total resin we'll have available for ley lines is 3,690. Now we run into a problem. We have some additional costs. I just go overboard for them. Costs 14,080 and 513 Mora and 811 Heroes Wits. 811 Heroes Wits is 2,440 resin worth of ley lines, and 14,085 Mora is 1,440 resin worth of ley lines. Obviously, we'll get a little bit of Mora out of the boss rounds, but we'll have to consider that negligible because we do have to also get some artifacts for these 2. So we are spending 3,880 resin on Heroes Wits and Mora. That is a problem. 3,380 is more than 3,690. How do we solve this? So the difference is 190 resin. It's not 60,000. I messed up there, but we'd need to do 40 book runs, but we can get this resin from Teapot in events. And how do we get the boss runs? So we have 5 days of extra resin starting today, and I've used my condensed resin, so that's 120 extra. We need 1,000 resin for 25 boss run. We can do 25 boss runs between today and the end, and I've got some condensed resin, so we'll be spending that on Mora. And I calculated for all my characters how many boss drops do I still need, and I need 50 drops from Coppelius and 38 drops from Coppelia, so we'll do 2 runs of Coppelius today. Problem solved. What about artifacts and talents and boss drops? Boss drops and talents are a problem for 5.6, which starts around May 7th. Artifacts come from the Overflowing Favor event from the 14th to the 21st. I might film it, but I won't be streaming because I'll be on holiday during part of it. We need 2,747,750 Mora to level 2 artifact sets to level 20. So we'll just save all our artifacts. That is 920 extra resin. We won't have that. So we have to hope for event rewards. We need those 2.7 million out of event rewards. And yeah, so we got a daily to-do list. We will 1 level ley line, 1 more ley line, fight 1 boss or weekly boss until the crystals are there. We do 3 artifact runs during the overflow event, and we collect the local specialties in Natlan and Fontaine. I will just collect them, all of them, pretty much. It can't be bad for my other characters, and at some point we're gonna have to feed the parametric transformer. And we fight local enemies in Natlan and Fontaine. And we collect ores for weapon enhancement. This is going to be an extra Mora problem, because we will need to raise a weapon for these characters. I don't have any level 90 weapons that aren't currently on a character that needs them, and I do want to have each character have their own build because I do like to play Imaginarium Theatre. So what we need to do is we need to enhance some weapons. I don't know which ones yet. It'll depend on what the kids say. But yeah, we will collect all the ores. So, this is the plan, and I'm going to come back to you with the materials we'll have collected by Sunday.